The stories start with an idea from the reporter or the editor, and that idea takes shape, and we research it. We talk to as many people as possible. It can take a few hours, it can take a few weeks, it can take months, and in some cases years.
We're going to go where the story leads us, and sometimes that's uncomfortable places.
I think it's so important for us as a local journalism company to engage the community so that we can continue to make this city an amazing place to live.
We don't have preconceived notions. That's the one thing that you get from journalism is they are honest brokers in this. They pursue the truth where they think they can find it.
The news gathering process may begin with the first reporter starting work at 6 a.m. They'll produce stories that'll be published on the website immediately, but then those stories will begin to be worked on for the print edition and may be a part of that print process through the night.
The dialogue I have with readers lets me know that not only they are engaged, but it keeps me engaged, and it keeps me on point, and it keeps me writing things that are relevant and important to readers.
Well, after I do the research on it, then I have to earn my money. Because I gotta tell you, reporting, I can't believe they pay me to report. Because it's fun just to learn about stuff, to call people up, to talk to them. I'm not just talking off the top of my head or giving you a gut feel of how I think about it. I'm trying to research it as best I can, independently, to reach the best advice on it or the best conclusion that I can find. And then here comes crunch time. I just start bearing down in a really hard way, and then boom, it's on to my editor.
So when a reporter files a story, we say they write the story and they file it. What that usually means is they tell their editor, hey, my story's ready. And that editor is typically an editor over that subject area. So we have an editor who handles columnists, an editor who handles education, sports, and so forth. That editor will read the story for content, fairness, accuracy, interest, readability, and just carefully check everything in the story to make sure that it meets our standards. Once that editor has done with it, depending on the urgency of the situation, we may publish the news digitally right then. For many longer digital stories and for virtually all print stories, there's another editor who reads it for style, grammar, and writes a headline. And then it's placed on a page by a page designer, sometimes the same person who is the editor. And as long as news keeps happening in a given situation, we keep covering it up to the print deadline, at which point we cut it off and print the paper so you can read it in the morning.
We receive a PDF file from downtown. It goes through a system that separates that PDF into its base colors. So we send those files to an imaging device which burns that image onto a plate. And think of it as a stamp, so a stamp that you would use in your home where you apply ink to it and then put it on paper. The operators have been moving the sheets around and readying the press for that specific production.
One of my things is to make sure that we have the products here that are used to produce the paper when needed, where needed. Seeing that they have what they need to do their job, I get pride in that, and just working with them and having an opportunity to work with them and learning from them. I mean, these are the hardest working people I know.
Crews will start about 4:30 in the evening. We make layouts to match the product that we're running. The crews will come in and change the reels to the proper size, get it prepared to run. Then we'll plate it up from the plates we get from plate making. And then when we start up the product, when we have a starter, we send them to packaging.
Once they run so much of the product that they need, then there's people catching it on the end, putting it into carts or onto pallets, and then staging them by the dock doors to be ready to be picked up and taken to the distribution centers.
I got a good group of guys in this building that aren't afraid to work. They take on any challenge. We're just ready to go at any time.
Most of our paper here at the Dallas Morning News comes from the South, and in the South they use a specific type of pine tree that's genetically engineered to grow fast and straight, and it's called a loblolly pine, which sounds kind of funny, but they actually plant them like corn. So we're not going into old growth forests and cutting down a bunch of trees. Subscribers will notice that the paper gets thinner over the years. That's again, it's for paper weight, and it's for cost because we buy all of our paper by the metric ton. So if it is X amount of dollars per metric ton, if you can make it just a little thinner, it makes it a little bit lighter, which allows us to reduce our costs and try to keep the cost down for the consumer. Even with all of that going on, we still have not missed an edition of any of the products that we print.
Here's the vision that I have for the future of local journalism. It's that, that they depend on us to tell them what's happening on their street, in their community, in their state, and that information is useful to them and makes their lives better. That's the vision.
What I'd like to tell readers of the Dallas Morning News is that the people that are working in here every day are really committed to trying to find the truth.
We're going to be the best news organization we can be. We're going to be timely. We're still going to bring you quality journalism that you expect to see from us. And we're not going anywhere.
What's the message I'd like to send to subscribers and the people that support our journalism? It's thank you. Whether they're going to read us or listen to us on a smartphone, on a tablet, on a desktop, whether they want to hear us through Siri or Alexa, I want them to know that we are able to inform them on whatever device or whatever platform is convenient for them.
The message I would like to send people who support the Dallas Morning News, print and digital, first of all, is thank you.
If I could go to every single subscriber of the Dallas Morning News, I would say thank you. Thank you for the support.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say to subscribers is thanks, because we don't have a business without our subscribers. I think we're in it together. That the reason the newspaper's here is to keep the community informed, make them better citizens so they can make better decisions as voters. And I think they need that information. We want to provide it, and this partnership we have with the community is important to the life of the communities.